Hey guys, it's BJaws, and today I feel like talking about whether or not they should bring back Warzone in Halo Infinite. So if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you probably already know that Warzone is one of my favorite game types in all of Halo. It's pretty much what I based my whole entire channel around. I made so many videos about it. I made a lot of videos on the different weapons and the different vehicles, and also trying to get on frigs with them as well. The reason why I do like it is because of the variety of all the weapons and vehicles that you can use. Also, the bigger player base is just awesome, and I just love how it's so chaotic. It's just a lot of action-packed, fast-paced gameplay, and I just really like that about Halo 5 Warzone. When I play the older Halos as well, like Halo MCC, I usually always just play Big Team Battle as well. Because it's kind of like a mini version of Warzone, it's not quite as chaotic. Obviously, there's not as many weapons or vehicles to use as in Halo 5 Warzone. But I absolutely still love it because it is a bigger player base, and it's just one of the most fun game types, in my opinion, for all of Halo. Now, the question at hand is to whether or not they should bring this back for Halo Infinite. Now, of course, I'm going to answer yes, they should bring it back in Halo Infinite, but not the same way that they brought it into Halo 5. So I would argue that Halo 5 Warzone is probably one of the most popular game types in Halo 5. It seems like a lot of people do enjoy Halo 5 Warzone, and it's usually one of the game types that you could find the games the fastest. Not so much anymore because the player base in Halo 5 is just not as big, but I think a lot of people did enjoy that. There might be some people who like that traditional 4v4 arena style game type. There's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of people do enjoy those bigger game types with the bigger player bases. And Halo 5 Warzone, I think, is one of those. So if they should bring back Warzone into Halo Infinite, I think they should do a little bit different than they did in Halo 5. Let's start with the rec packs. When it comes to Halo 5 rec packs, I'm okay with the way they are right now, in a sense that you can grind for them and unlock them, but I'm not okay with them that you can actually use real money to unlock these weapons and vehicles as well. I don't think it's very fair for those people who cannot afford to spend real money or just don't want to spend the real money to unlock these vehicles and weapons, when somebody else who can just spend money and get all these weapons, it's kind of an unfair advantage. I don't think you should be able to use any kind of real money to unlock any of these weapons or vehicles. I think you should just strictly grind for all of them. That way it keeps it equal across all the players. I also think that if they make it so that you have to grind for them, make it so that it's within the player's reach. So what I mean is make it so that people can actually grind for them. They don't have to spend a year playing the entire game just to unlock one certain weapon or one armor piece or whatever it might be. I think you should allow players who don't have the time to play this game every second of every day to at least have the chance of unlocking these weapons and vehicles as well. So that way it makes it a little more fair across all players. So if they can bring back Warzone in Halo Infinite, I would like it so that if they did have the rec packs, that they have it so that you can just unlock them with grinding. You can't use any real money to unlock these whatsoever. I also think that Halo Infinite would be a good opportunity for them to implement something brand new in Warzone, such as when it comes to the recs, such as maybe not rec packs. I'm not entirely sure what they could implement at this point, but make it something different than rec packs. I don't know what the entire community, I don't know what they feel about the rec packs. I would have to say probably some people like it, some people don't. It's probably 50-50, something like that. I don't know exactly. I don't know the stats on it. But if they could implement something new to unlock those vehicles and weapons, I'd be okay with trying something like that as well. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be like a battle pass like Fortnite. It could very well be at this point. We are kind of in that era of gaming. So who knows? It could be like that. And I'm not sure if I would, enjoy that as well. If they could do it correctly, I think then maybe they could implement a battle pass. But I'm not sure how the general, Halo community would view a battle pass in Halo. It's just kind of weird. But if they could do it correctly, then maybe it'll work. One thing that really bothered me about Halo 5 Warzone was when they did the BR update. If you guys remember that, I think this was the downfall of Halo 5. I really do. I think that this deterred a lot of people from playing the game again because the BR was such a solid weapon, and it's a go-to weapon. It should be one that you can rely on. But when they did the BR update, it absolutely ruined the fun in the game. I didn't even want to pick it up anymore. There was no point in picking it up because it was so inaccurate, and it just wasn't used as the purpose that a battle rifle is supposed to be used as. So if they do a Warzone game type in Halo Infinite, they need to leave the battle rifle alone. Make it so it's effective in the beginning, but don't do what they did in Halo 5. I think that just was a horrible idea. I really hope that 343 learned their lesson in this regard. We'll see how the BR is in Halo Infinite, but I hope that they listen to the feedback of the community because I know a lot of players were not happy with this at all. What they should also do is bring more maps, have more map choices. I would love to see more maps in Halo 5 Warzone. But unfortunately, at this point, we're not going to get any more. I do think there's a decent amount in Halo 5, but in Halo Infinite, I think they should bring a lot more maps so that it doesn't get stale after a while. I mean, I don't know how long the next Halo is going to be or what kind of updates are going to be. I know they're planning on updating Halo Infinite, but I want Halo 5 Warzone to be fresh for a long time. So I'm hoping that they have a lot of maps that in it, if they bring it back, That way it keeps it fresh. Of course, I would also love to see more weapons and more vehicles. Halo 5 has an excellent selection of a variety of vehicles and weapons to use, which is awesome. Now, the expectation at this point is for them to bring even more in Halo Infinite. We're getting a bigger game, a new game, so I'm assuming we're going to get new vehicles, new weapons, and I would love to see some of the vehicles and weapons that we have in Halo 5 brought into Halo Infinite, and I would love to have different variants of them as well. So the expectation, at least in my eyes, is to have a wider variety of vehicles and weapons to use in Halo Infinite should they bring Halo Warzone back. Now, I also think they should bring back more game types in Warzone. So right now in Halo 5, we have the basic Warzone game type. We also have Warzone Assault. Of course, you can include maybe Firefight in there as well. But I would like to see more game types, different game types. Today, now when you play Halo 5 Warzone, it's just strictly, sometimes it's very one-sided. You go for the core, or you go for the enemies, and you get the points that way. But sometimes it's just so one-sided that it's not quite fair. You're either getting owned or you're owning the other team, and they have absolutely no chance. So I think, if they could balance that in some way, maybe with a different game type, a different objective in Warzone, to make it a little more fair and balanced for both teams, that would be awesome. So I'd love to see more variety in the game type. I'm not exactly sure what they could do. Maybe some kind of capture flag, assault. Who knows? Maybe they'll bring back Regicide as they had in Halo 4. I would totally be a fan of that. Regicide was an awesome game type to play in Halo 4. And if you could do that in Halo 5 Warzone or just Warzone in general, I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. Also, if you guys remember back in Halo 4 days, they had Dominion and also Extraction. Now, in my opinion, Dominion was one of the most fun game types in Halo 4. I really wish they would have kept with this and brought it back in Halo 5. Unfortunately, they did not. But maybe if they could implement that into some kind of Warzone setting in Halo Infinite, I would be all for that. Also, Extraction was very fun. I don't know why they took that away. But I would love to see those game types back in Halo Infinite. And that's just an idea that maybe they could implement if they brought Warzone back in Halo Infinite. Of course, with a variety of maps in Warzone, I think they should also bring new content into it, over the years, the span of Halo Infinite, just as they did in Halo 5. If you guys remember, they brought the Wasp, they brought the Temple Banshees, the Temple Wraiths, the Anti-Air Wraith. So if they could continue to do that, but for a longer time in Halo Infinite and Warzone, I'd be all for that. Keeps it fresh longer. And lastly, what I'll say is because Halo Infinite is such a big game, it sounds like it's going to be such a big game compared to Halo 5 and the older Halos, and because we're getting a new Halo game on new software, the Xbox Series X and the PC, of course, I would love for them to have a bigger player base in Warzone. Could you imagine if they had a lot more players, like 100 players total? It'd be crazy. It'd be even more chaotic. It'd be even more fun. That'd be awesome. Not sure if that's going to be possible at all, or I'm not sure if they're going to even do Warzone whatsoever. But that'd be awesome. It'd be kind of reminds me of like Battlefield at that point. I would be all for that. I absolutely love that. It'd be huge. And I think a lot of people would enjoy that as well in the Halo community. So that's my take on whether or not they should bring Warzone in Halo Infinite. I would definitely say yes, bring it into Halo Infinite, please. I love Warzone. Maybe do it a little bit differently than what they did in Halo 5 with some different changes in vehicles, weapons, player base, rec packs, battle rifles, more maps, and also different game types in it. So those are kind of my opinions on what they should do, bringing Warzone to Halo Infinite. If you guys have any opinions, please do let me know. I always love to hear what the Halo community thinks about these, and I would love to get your opinion on that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.